Hello everyone and welcome back. It's your boy Pisek back again with another video, and for today's video we are going back to the basics. So this video is meant for the newbies who are entering the computer networking field, or for those who are studying computer networking as one of their starter pack, maybe to enter into cybersecurity, DevOps or any other tech related field. And so to view more videos like this, make sure you visit the Pisek channel. So without a further ado, let's get started. So to get you understand what actually a network switch is, I'll answer these three questions here, like what is a switch, where's the switch used, and why do we actually need a network switch. So to start with the first question, so a switch is a network device and it operates at layer 2 of the OSI model, which is the data link layer. So the first layer of the OSI model is the physical layer, then we have the second, which is the data link, third, which is the network, transport, session, presentation, and we have the last seventh layer as the application layer. Sorry. So switches operate at the second layer of the OSI model, the data link layer. So which means switches handle the layer 2 addresses, which are the MAC addresses. So the MAC address are the 6 byte addresses. So they are 6 byte, which is 6 times 8, which gives us a 48 byte address. So these addresses are which the switches used to build up a MAC address table to know how to forward different frames from different devices and when to flood the frames. So since the switches are able to learn different devices connected to the switch interfaces through the MAC addresses and come up with the MAC addresses to use it to forward frames to different destinations from different sources, we can basically say the switches are more smart than the hubs which were used before the switches. So that what made switches to replace the hub. So with that information, we also have different types of switches. So we have the plug and play switches. So you actually get ready by just connecting your switch direct to your home router, then direct to your hand devices like the smart TV, like you have your laptop, those end devices. So those are the plug and play switches, mostly are used in home network and small offices. So most of the plug and play switches, they don't come with configuration interface through which you can access and make some advanced configurations. So you just use it as it comes out from the box. So the thing is, everything is in one LAN. The switch is not segmented, it is just like that. You just use it like that. Just a simple network with one LAN connecting you to the internet through your home router. So the plug and play switches are also the tabletop switches. So from there we have the enterprise switches. So these are ideally the manageable switches. So these switches come up with console port through which you can access the switch, make advanced, and I repeat, you can make advanced configuration like creating different LANs, that is the VLANs, which is actually the segmenting your network, and do a lot of advanced stuffs like expanding tree, either channels, wireless controller configurations, and other advanced kind of stuffs. So also these switches have more interfaces than the plug and play switches. These switches also are very powerful. You can't compare them with the plug and play. So you can play with them to customize your network as you just need it to be. So also these enterprise switches, they come up in different categories. So you find that there is the access, which are these. So the access, which are these here. So the access switches are less powerful than the distribution switches. So the access switches, they are less powerful. They connect the head devices like the PCs, the wireless access points, yeah, the printers, all kind of the hand devices. So after that we have the distribution switches here. So the distribution switches, they are more powerful, they have high processing power, and they can forward at greater speed than the access switches. Also, most of the distribution switches also come as a multi-layer switches. So with the multi-layer switch, the router capabilities, so you can find that the switch can do IP forwarding. You can configure some IP services like DHCP, the switches. So basically the switches, the multi-layer switch have the router capabilities. So the importance of having the distribution switches as multi-layer switch is because they bring together different LANs. So you can find there, maybe this, if we can assume this is our LAN 1, so it can be joining like other 3 or 4 or more than 20 LANs. So for the LANs to be able to communicate, router capability of the switches comes in handy, because you can just configure the inter-VLAN communication from the same distribution switch. So the multi-layer switches are mostly used in the distribution layer. So I think that information is very enough to answer the first question, what. So moving to the second question. The second question is where is the switches used? So switches are used to aggregate connections. So you find that it is not possible to connect maybe all the PCs together. Maybe this is an office, there's like 3 PCs or more. So there's no way you can connect all these PCs together. So the switches are used to aggregate the connection, to connect all the PCs to the switch. Then the PCs can be able to communicate from there. So the switches are used to connected devices. So basically it's through the switches all the hand devices are connected, and also the access layer is connected to the distribution layer. So moving to the last question, why we need switches. So it's through switches the head devices get connected, and also the head devices are able to communicate inside the LAN using layer 2 addresses. So with that, I can say that without a network switch one cannot get connected to the internet, because one can connect to an interface from the router which is facing the internet, get access to the network. So with that information, I think now you understand what is a switch, where the switch can be used, and why actually we need a network switch. So don't forget to hit that bell and also subscribe. Thank you.